Welcome to the next episode of the Dark Web Deacon. Before we begin, be sure to smash that subscribe button, click the bell to turn on notifications. New videos are published every Monday and Thursday, and as always, be sure to like and provide comments. In today's episode, we're going to discuss doxing. Doxing is a cyber attack that involves discovering the real identity of an internet user. The attacker then reveals the person's details such as their real name, address, phone number, email address, IP address, you name it, so that others can target them, generally for some type of malicious attack. The term doxing comes from the expression dropping documents, which was a revenge tactic used by hackers where they drop malicious information on arrival. Nowadays, doxing is more often used to shame or punish people who would rather stay anonymous because of their controversial beliefs or other types of non-mainstream activity. It can also be used to shame, harass, intimidate, or take revenge on politicians, athletes, celebrities, social media influencers because of their beliefs or potentially lack of perceived actions that they may have taken. Is doxing illegal? Short answer is no, it is not, since most of the information available is publicly available. However, if you dox for ID theft, financial gain, stalking, or some type of blackmail scheme, it definitely can become illegal very quickly. There are definitely some real-world examples of this happening. Michael Bruch created an online persona named Violent Acres for the internet messaging board Reddit. This was several years ago. Over the years, he created a reputation as a troll because of his posts on the website. For instance, he created subreddits around misogyny or sexually explicit photos. For a long while, Michael Bruch succeeded in keeping his online identity a secret. But Gawker journalist Adrian Chen managed to connect Bruch to Violent Crew's online identity and went public with the information. In other words, Michael Bruch was doxxed. In another example, a young woman wrote a series of critical comments on photos from a famous Instagram person. Her comments touched a nerve, so the admins retaliated by publicly revealing her name, her partner's name, her telephone number, her address, with explicit instructions to harass this woman, who they didn't like the comments from. The fans of this particular follower duly followed the instructions and insulted her with racist comments, unearthed some of her business ventures, as well as threatened to reveal her social security number. So this is a real-world issue that can both happen to not-so-good people, but also generally good people who maybe make a particular comment that other people don't agree with. So how do you get doxxed? Well, cyber criminals and trolls can be very resourceful in how they dox you. They can use a single clue and then follow it up until they slowly unravel your online persona and reveal your identity. The more you write on forums and message boards, the higher your chances become of accidentally revealing personal information about yourself. If you use social media, it's even more dangerous. You don't even have to outright say where you live. Instead, it's possible to roughly pinpoint your location by way of elimination. For example, you post in English and say you hope to visit Europe finally. In another post, you talk about the shortest flight between yourself and Italy is around 12 hours. A cyber criminal can reasonably deduce you live somewhere on the west coast of the United States. Also, the time of day you post most often reveals your waking and sleeping habits and time zones. If you post a file publicly, which often can reveal a lot of metadata, like your real name in the file properties. But it's not just Microsoft Office files that also contain metadata. Photos also contain similar things called XF data. This contains data regarding the camera or smartphone model you're using, the resolution, the location if you have GPS enabled, and the time it was taken. Also, clicking on links or downloading software from unknown people or sources can result in malware, keyloggers, or rootkits, which can not only put your personal identity at risk, but it can obviously leave you open for doxing. So, a few key tips to keep in mind. Be aware of your digital footprint, from location check-ins to going live to the photos you upload and comments, and what you reveal in those comments about yourself and where you live. Be aware that when you post files to public forums, they don't include PII in the file properties. So, clicking on a file, clicking on properties, whether it be a Microsoft Word file, Excel file, specifically, that can contain author's name, your real name, and other piece of information about software that you're currently using. Don't use your personal email or social media account to register on forums or other websites where you engage in controversial topics. Some people can take things the wrong way, or personally, maybe you're posting things that people feel like you really do need to get doxxed for. So keep in mind, we all have different views on life and different perspectives and values. And so if you are going to engage in some controversial topics, it's probably best not to do it announcing yourself and your true identity. Owning a blog or a website requires you to register the internet domain with some personal information. This information is then stored in a database called Whois. So this will often, so if you have a blog that you're writing a lot of information about yourself, you are registered through the Whois database. You can pay a small fee to remove a lot of the personal information about that Whois domain registry from that, so it can't just be easily looked up publicly. Make sure Google doesn't have any personal information about you. Simply Google your name and see if you've been revealed on specific forums or Reddit chat rooms or 4chan or other social networks where people are specifically potentially revealing your personal information unexpectedly. And then finally, if you do live in the EU or in Argentina, then you may be able to benefit from what is the so-called right to be forgotten acts that currently exist. This allows you to petition search engines to remove search results concerning yourself. It's not as readily available in the US. There are a few companies that are emerging around kind of deletion of private information. California has something called the CCPA Act. So if you live in the state of California, you can request to discover information about yourself. And then depending on the type of information, request that it be deleted. But there are also a few other commercial companies in the US. So look up deletion of private information across Google, and you may see a few different companies where you can try to search and then potentially delete private information about yourself. Thanks for watching, and as always, please like, subscribe, and provide comments, and turn on notifications by clicking the bell in order to check out future videos published twice a week.